You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sitting in the sun, I'm sure it'll hit me when I walk through that door tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Oh, looky there.
Not that close, are you? You're going to be having a lot of bites on June the 8th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the 35th annual Two Rivers Family Fishing Fair. Scott Isringhausen in the studio. Man, 35 years in the making. Now, after the first one, did you think it'd go on this long?
I didn't know, but I hoped it would. So
this is incredible. And we talked before we got in the studio, man, about as a kid. I remember going with my dad, my older brother, and going and seeing that big old fish tank and grabbing one of those fishing rods and playing the game with the magnets and all of that.
We're gonna have all that there plus more this year for sure. So them things will be there. Now, actually, gonna be 2 aquariums instead of 1 this year.
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
That's really cool. Now, you've done this since you brought the event to its inception, correct?
I did. I started with a gentleman from the Fish and Wildlife Service, but started it, 35 years ago, so a long time ago.
What was the reason?
You weren't even born yet.
I wasn't even thought of. What was the reasoning behind it? Was there something like this going on in the area, or was this the first of its kind?
It's really the first of its kind that I know of. The guy from the Fish and Wildlife Service talking about hunting and fishing days, free fishing days, and anyway, he decided that we wanted to, kind of have an event. And, like I said, it started out small. The original year, maybe 2 years, but the first year for sure was over adjacent to the river. And then we moved it into the, over by the lodge in the lawn and the lodge. So, but yes.
Well, and now 35 years ago, what year was that?
It was 1990.
Oh, man. So how did you guys manage the flood? Did you have it during the flood of 93?
93, we were able to have it. It was pretty unique because it was high, then it went down, and then it really came up after that. So
really?
So there's been a couple years. Well, we had to cancel it 1 year during COVID.
Oh, right.
And we've had to cancel it, I think 2 times it has been canceled. Then 1 year, actually the year after COVID, we moved it to the fall in October, so hopefully it'd be a little bit safer. So one time it was in the fall, it was in October, but the rest of the times it's been this exact weekend, which is 2 weekends after Memorial Day. So anyway, that's what we do.
That's really cool. And it's great to see all these different events taking place too. I got to ask you right off the bat, Fetch and Fish, what's happening here with this dog show?
Well, you're talking about that aquarium. You probably remember that aquarium. It's the same guy. Comes from Oklahoma, and he'll do seminars and programs at the top of that aquarium. But in addition to that, he'll actually jump them dogs inside that aquarium and splash the kids. I mean, it's awesome.
That's really cool. Okay, that's awesome. And now,
so how much of that do you remember is what I want to know.
Oh, not very. I don't remember what I had for breakfast today, Scott. This is going to be a little hazy, but we're going to get through this together. Now, I can tell you this. I did win a pole 1 year. I do remember coming back with a fishing pole or something. I don't know what I won, though.
Well,
Dad, you're watching this show right now. Help me out here. Throwing a lifeline.
Every single child which attends 7 of the 30-some activities actually leaves with a prize.
That's
what, fishing pole, tackle box, they will all leave with something. So where else can you go for a free event?
Well, and too, Scott, can I tell you, I know for a fact that after that is when we started fishing more together, and we went out on the, we did things on the banks of the river sometimes, life vest and all, going out there, and then even going to, Lewis and Clark when they still let you fish out there and catch some bluegill, throw them back, and it really made more of an opportunity for us to get outside together.
Well, and you know what? That's the whole thing, especially in today's world. Everybody wants to play on the cell phones, wants to look at the computers. They don't want to get outside.
I was in Las Vegas, Scott. We're in Vegas, and people are more focused on their phones than the people walking by, and I'm like, you guys are missing some beautiful people, but you're too busy playing Candy Crush to worry about it.
That's crazy, but it doesn't surprise me at all.
It's crazy, though.
I mean, the world is so different, and when we started in the beginning, that wasn't so much the problem, but in today's world, it really is. Kids they don't want to go outside.
Let me ask you this. How many times now in this generation do you hear some, kid talk about maybe the first time they held a fishing pole?
Well, and that's true. And you know what? I used to be the interpreter out of Prairie Marquette State Park, and I still do a lot of programs there as well. But, you can go into, say, Grafton grade school or have them come to the park for a program. You'll have them say, how many kids have been to Prairie Marquette State Park? And I guarantee you there'll be 8 or 10 kids out of a class that's truly never been there. And that's, they're 7 or 8 miles away from it. So
Exactly. And maybe this spurs that, because I know that it really led to me finding a love for fishing, just going to the fair. And that's what, heck, I still remember what color my tackle box was and all my favorite lure and all that stuff that we used. And even I remember going to the store and picking out my first tackle box, my first equipment with my dad. That's how much I remembered from.
But that's pretty neat, isn't it? It really is.
Oh,
And hopefully, if you save a couple kids from getting on the street or doing something bad, this is a great opportunity for sure.
And around here's a really cool fishing community too. And you know more about it than I do, but seeing the folks lined up and down the river during the summer in the morning is the coolest thing for me in the evenings. And this seeing folks in different parks coming together, just enjoying.
It is, and this Lock and Dam area right here.
Yep.
The catfishing out here is phenomenal. Not so much maybe for young kids, but getting out there in the boat. It's this is one of the best catfishing fisheries in the whole United States.
That's why Twisted Cat keeps coming back each and every year, because that tournament's pulling some big numbers.
Well, they're going to be here at the fishing fair.
Are they really? No, I didn't.
Yeah, the Twisted Cat Outdoors, the Alex Nagy with the Twisted Cat Outdoors,
great man,
is going to be there with his boat for people to look at. But in addition to that, every single kid actually that does the activities actually gets to drop a little thing in the raffle bucket, and they get a chance at a free fishing trip with Alex for 2 people for 6 hours. And in addition to that, they get a $100 gift card from Farm and Home. So yes, the Twisted Cat Outdoors is involved in the fishing fair. Yes,
involved, man. They're a part of it.
They are part of it. Yes.
Well, and too, if I would have, I do get paid for a living to do this job, Scott. If I would have read line 3, I would have known that Twisted Cat would have been here. But it's really cool to see all these new additions too, because what I think's cool is, number one, I don't know how you do it after 35 years to find something new to at least grab in and be a part of the event, because to me it'd be like, well, we're set, we've done it, we know what's happening. Why do you? Is it always something you try to do to find something?
I try to do something new, and this being the 35th year, I really wanted to try to add something big, and I've added a couple new, really big things, or I think big.
Yeah.
Number one, the Lumberjack Show. Have you heard of the Lumberjack Show before? Ever heard of it before?
So I've seen. Is those the folks that are on logs and stuff?
Yeah, on logs. Yeah. They climb up the trees and they try to knock people off logs and throw. But yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. These are they come from the state of Florida, and these are the same people. If you've ever been to Conservation World up at the State Fair, but it's the same group of people. So I'm really excited about having them here. This may never happen again.
We gotta film that. We gotta get somebody up there. That would be cool. That's one of the, because I've seen those shorts on Facebook, and man, they go at it with you. That's fun.
Do. It really is. It's so entertaining. Yes, it really, and that's kind of for the whole entire family. Not necessarily the fishing part, but mom and dad, grandpa, grandma, they're going to get a kick out of the Lumberjack Show for sure.
Yeah, and now take me through the professional crappie fishermen and entertainers.
Yeah, and that's also new. And I mentioned that we're going to have a second aquarium. You mentioned the first aquarium. We have a state aquarium, which will be like the one that you saw with the dog shows, but they're going to fill that up with crappie, and these folks actually come from Oklahoma as well, and I've never met them before, so I don't know a whole lot about them. From what I've heard, they're super entertaining, and they're very knowledgeable on crappie fishing, and they're going to be doing programs and seminars on crappie and crappie fishing. And if you've ever watched, for your listeners, if you ever watched the big huge crappie events that they have in the United States, like they are actually the MCs that actually speak at them. So I'm super excited to see them here at the fishing fair this year for sure.
It's just incredible. It's super cool. There's a lot of things for not just children, but for adults too. That lumberjack competition, that's for really anybody to go and enjoy.
It really is. I've seen them at the state fair, and I'm super impressed with them. And they're great entertainers, and they do a good job. And yeah, I think for people from Jersey, Madison, Macoupin County that never really get a chance to go to the state fair or see something pretty fabulous, I think people are really going to like the Lumberjack shows. And I think, don't quote me on this, make sure you look it up, but I think the times the Lumberjack show is going to be 11, 1, and 3 on the day of the event. I'm not positive about that, but I think. And
just stay up to date and find that information out by what website do they go to for that?
You can just go to the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, or just type in Prairie Marquette State Park. If you just want to call the park, it's 618-786-3323.
That was impressive. I can always tell when I'm talking to somebody that's been there for quite a while. That was right off the top of your head. That was cool.
Well, maybe I lied to you. I don't know.
No, I counted the numbers on
Did
on
you?
our script here. Now, Camel the Clown making his return.
Camel the Clown will be here. And did you remember Camel the Clown
Yep,
when you were little?
I do.
Same guy. And again, we're all getting older, so this could be it for some of us and for Camel the Clown. I'm not saying that it will, but yeah, if you've never seen him, he's full of energy and so entertaining for the kids and the adults alike.
Well, and Keaton and Les going to be there too.
Yeah, no, that's the crappie people.
Oh,
that's crappie people. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was.
Nope, they're the crappie people.
I'm reading
yes.
my lines wrong,
Well,
Scott.
that's all right.
I do get paid for a living normally, but seriously, getting into this, what I think's cool is like you just said, Scott. Everyone's kind of getting a little bit older, but I think it's great that the passion for the event's still there, to where everyone's still coming together and really putting out all the stops for it. It's not just, all right, put the poster together and send it out. I mean, you're really a part of the event.
Well, and you are, and you know, it's been going on for a long time, and it wouldn't be possible. Like kind of you said, it takes so many people to make this thing happen. So you know, the volunteers, the sponsors, the ConocoPhillips, the county boards, the state farms, just everybody that truly is a partner in this. You know, the Army Corps of Engineers, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, for sure.
100%. And now also on that date, food and drinks on site, 30 outdoor educational activities.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
30? Okay, good. I was guessing.
But yeah, maybe a little bit more than 30. I don't know the exact
nice.
number. It said 30 in there, but it's going to be, usually it's 33, 34, but I know in the flyer it says 30, but somewhere around that. And do you remember the trout pond? You come in there? So
Yep.
Same people are going to be at the trout pond that have been there whenever you came.
Bluegill stew?
We'll have the bluegill pond as well. We actually, since you've been there, we've got a new bluegill pond. We made the other pond bigger, and with the bluegill pond, you can actually catch a bluegill and actually have a picture taken with your first fish called First Fish Photo, which has been there for a while. I don't know if it maybe wasn't there when you were there, but anyway, that's something that we do. But this trout pond, and you can kind of tell them a little bit as well, but there will be some 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pound trout in this pond, and the kids can actually catch a trout, take it and have the fish cleaned, then they can actually eat the fish that they just caught, which so go from catching a fish to cleaning a fish to eating it. Now, but I want to share a little story. I had a little girl a couple of years ago that I told them I was going to clean their fish, and they thought I was going to wash it off, and that's not what happened. When we started cutting the skin off and the head off, she wasn't real happy.
Oh, no.
So,
Well, you know, it's good to learn the life cycle.
but that is right, yes.
Well, and too, it goes so much further than that for kids, because if you can really open them up to that process, it's not foreign whenever you're growing up and you aren't scared of things, you know. And I don't know how many grown men are scared of holding a fish once you catch it, Scott. But we've all been through this.
People have gotten a fish hook in their finger before.
That's true. That's different.
It can happen.
But just to be aware of those things and be opened up to it.
Well, you're right. You know, kids today and adults alike, they think that this food in the grocery store just magically shows up.
It's printed.
It comes from somewhere.
It's printed.
Yeah.
Just print it off a printer, you know. But just to see that and realize it's not gross. It's not. Yeah, there's a little bit of some fun that comes with it, but it's just part of the process. You know, there's nothing weird about it.
No, 100%.
And Scott, what's the most important part about this event for you? As you've done this for 35 years now, what's the most important part of it for why you keep doing this?
Well, the main reason is kind of like we talked a little bit earlier in the program and off the air a little bit. You know, my job as the urban fishing coordinator is to truly get kids hooked on the outdoors or hooked on fishing. But again, I think it's so important, and even much more important today, to get the kids outdoors. And again, if you can help people be off the streets and realize that fishing is a very fun family thing that you can do with somebody as really young or somebody that's old like me that can do it for the whole entire life. But
right.
yes, I feel a deep passion to try to help educate kids about the outdoors and truly get them outside.
Absolutely. And folks, for more information, you can call 618-786-3323. That's 618-786-3323 and learn more about the Two River Family Fishing Fair if you really need to. Because for so many, I'm sure you see family after family of generations coming through each and every year. That's probably really cool to see too.
It is, and you mentioned it was maybe 15 years ago when you came, but now we're seeing people that bringing their kids there that when I started. So it's a tradition that's been going on for a long time, and I'm hoping it continues to go on for a long time.
Well, I'm hoping my nephews can make it out there. That'd be great for them to go by on June the 8th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. That's a Saturday, and bring everyone, bring the little ones, and really just make a day out of it. And then when you're done, either stop by Grafton and go to Pierre Marquette, or even just wander on back down to Alton and have some more more fun, you know?
Exactly. And, the drive, I know your listeners are, but, the drive from Alton to Grafton is just fabulous. I don't know of really a prettier place in the whole entire United States.
I was talking to Drew Ashworth, who was up playing the Blues Festival 2 weekends ago, and he was talking about that. He goes, I live in Georgia, but I make it a point to drive the River Road each time because we don't get that type of scenery anywhere else, and it really is a special place.
And really, especially when the leaves start changing and maybe see an eagle fly down there and catch a fish, and it's just spectacular.
Well, and
it really
we got
is.
some rain this year, so the leaves are going to be beautiful this fall. I have no doubt about it now, because last year we had a really dry spring, it seemed like.
We did, and that does impact the leaves for sure, especially getting into August and September and it's dry. But if these rains keep continuing and everything is all ideal, we should have a great year for the fall foliage for sure.
Now I got one last question. What's the best fishing spot around?
Well, I can't tell everything.
I know, dang it. I always want to ask just in case.
Well, I'll tell you where the best spot really is. Where the fish are biting, that's where you want to go.
Good answer.
A little farm pond north of Brighton.
Oh, dang it. I got to know more. I got to ask. I can't even ask then. All I know is that you can experience the Fetch and Fish Dog Show, that 4,000-gallon aquarium, Twisted Cat Outdoors, Les and Keaton, Stan Stifer?
I think. I don't know if I might be pronouncing that wrong too, but that's how I pronounce it.
We just go with it and smile in the media business. Paul Bunyan, Lumberjack Show, Camo the Clown, foods, drinks on site, that trout and bluegill pond, free gifts, prizes, plus free fishing poles, bait, supplies provided, 30+ outdoor educational vendors, all taking place at Pierre Marquette State Park, June the 8th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. For more information, you can call 618-786-3323. Scott, am I forgetting anything?
I want to say one more thing if I can. Talking about that trout pond, at the end of the day, and maybe you did this, but we lower that water down, and the kids, whatever fish are left, they get to catch them fish by hand. So if you want to come later in the day, bring an old pair of shorts and plan on getting wet, and actually, we call this noodling. That's what so we're in kind of a little noodling demonstration for the kids to catch whatever fish are left in that trout pond.
Man, that's really cool. I didn't get to be a part. I must have left early that day.
Yeah, your mom and dad's probably mean to you. I
must have been throwing a temper tantrum or something. Who knows? We hope to see you there. And for more information, just give that number a call, 786-3323, a 618 in front of it, and stop by. I hope to see you there on June the 8th for the Two River Family Fishing Fair, now in its 35th year.